Just a quick review on this 2008 CL500, which is it's a V8, and it's actually, I think it's a 5.5 litre. It's not actually a 5 litre. It gives out, they say, about 383 brake horsepower, and it's got the AMG wheels there. And there's actually its predecessor there, which is also a CL500, the one before, which I've also got a little review on here about, and to be honest, which I actually prefer. I think it's far superior. But anyway, back to the car in hand. It is a lovely looking car, and yeah, nice shape, obviously pillarless. There we go. I just find with the other one, it's a lot more sporty, it's a lot lower down, and it's got a much better centre of gravity. This one, they're based obviously on the S-classes. This one got more an S-class feel than a sports coupe. It's got the double glazed windows. It has got the self-closing doors. Black metallic. There we go. And also I prefer the older cars. This one, yeah, it's got that it's got another screen. I don't like the screens. I like less of that sort of technology and just buttons. I don't like all of these sort of new fangledy electronic gizmos that frankly, as the car gets newer, they seem to get worse and worse and more confusing for me. I'll tell you what I really like. I like when I'm driving those old Bentleys, especially that black one, where there's no computers. It's literally just a few buttons, switches and dials, no computers whatsoever, no digital screens. Far easier. Whereas this one, yeah, it's just a bit more confusing, I find, to find things. And yeah, I mean, it's got, I think it looks a bit uglier inside as well than its predecessor. There is plenty of room. It's a bit dirty in the back at the moment. You can fit two people in the back there, but it has been ferrying children around, so I'm just about to give it a nice clean on the inside in a minute. So yeah, I think a nicer touch would have been if this one had the wood wheel. Obviously you can see it's got the steering lock on. Unfortunately, round here in South London area, there's an awful lot of car crime, so most people put at least that on. So yeah, it's comfortable, and yeah, it's got adequate power. But I find, again, the predecessor has got a much better, in my mind, gearbox. The ratio is just far more responsive. This one, yeah, it's responsive-ish, but not as much as you'd expect from what's supposed to be a more powerful engine. It's got the heated and cooling seats. Just pop the bonnet. It's got the keyless go, which I don't know, I think that seems to create a lot more cars being stolen, especially from what I hear. Excuse me, sorry, the Range Rovers. Anyway, let's get this bonnet open. And so yeah, there we go. It's a lovely looking lump. There we go, V8. It's got the active body control, which I know can be troublesome, and a lot of people aren't that keen on. When it goes wrong, it can go wrong badly. Where the water goes in. Luckily, it's got a dipstick. My other SL500 from 2003 has not got a dipstick, and I think that's an awful decision. one, just it's just so much quicker just to get the dipstick and measure from there. It's a lot more accurate than the computer will be. For the computer, you've got to get in and start turning the keys and measure it. You know, again, stupidity. A lot more of these modern cars rather than traditional systems like just a dipstick. So much easier, especially if you're topping it up. You know, you can measure it so much better than getting in the car each time. You know, stupidest thing, not having a dipstick on an engine, and you can check the quality and of the oil. You know, is it clear? Is it black? Does it need changing? Just by pulling that out. Without, if you haven't got the dipstick, you can't do that. So anyway, I think that completes. Oh, there's the battery. That's the starter battery. It's got a separate battery, which, from memory, I think it's under the back seat or in the boot. Obviously, one to start it up, two because there's a lot of electrics. So yeah, the 2008 CL, and as I say, it is a great car, but in my mind, I much prefer the older CL in so many ways. I think it looks sleeker as well, and to me it just drives so much better. But this one, you know, it does drive well. It is effectively an S-Class Mercedes, so they're certainly high up there. But I don't know, the other one just a lot more pleasurable and a joy to drive. This one's just nice to drive. Anyway, I hope that might have been helpful to people. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, have a good day.